Hello, hello, and welcome back to Shadow Space. With my friends, hang on, with Doodle playing the role of Hopper. Doodle
Tristan
playing
the role of Barbara.
Yes, Tristan playing the role of Barbara. Doodle, introduce yourself.
I said hello.
Oh, I did not hear it. And wait,
And Jade,
yeah, I was about to
playing
say.
the role of Dorian.
I was about to say, I just realized I don't know if I ever asked you what you wanted me to refer to you as on stream. But I feel like we're too many episodes in deep for that question to be coming up.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have come up sooner.
Just don't include my last name.
Yeah. Alright, understand. Don't tell anybody your last name is George Washington. Wait, uh-oh.
I quit.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. You've been compromised.
No, not like the president, like the peanut butter guy.
Oh,
That's
I'm
Carver.
sorry, Mr. Peanut Butter. You've been compromised.
But yes, I'm good. Oh yeah, we got beautiful new UI shit. Because I did UI art streams weeks ago, and now they're finally kicking in.
Yay.
And I've done some character art. By the time that this video is going live, I will hopefully have the rest of the character art done. But it's sadly for the people watching on Twitch and people watching this, you know what I mean. Videos are recorded in funny time periods and stuff. But yeah, so now we got everyone's health and the obscene amount of armor everybody has. All recorded down nicely. So, do you remember where we left off? Do you all want to do the recap, or do you want me to do recap?
Yeah, you do the recap.
Alright, so you had all been hired to go to the research vessel Lazarus in order to either get it back on track to where it's supposed to be going, or activate its distress beacon to let the company know that they should be sending people in, and that it's ready for people to go in. Basically, you're scouting for so that they can see, because they don't know how dangerous whatever's happening is, and they don't want to waste their own men. You arrive.
Expendable.
Exactly, like that movie, Fast and the Furious. So you all landed aboard the ship and were immediately, you were attacked by the security system and horrifying meatball monsters. And you fled to the top of the ship to find that most of the crew that are still staying true to the corporation that hired them, I always fuck up this name because I have like 3 different I have it under 3 different names in my notes that I'm still trying to clean up. The Genomed Corporation. That is who you're working for right now, and that's who this belongs to, is Genomed. Most of the crew is holed up in the top of the ship, explaining that the engineering staff all formed a union and began rebelling, and somehow began bringing back to, resuscitating their failed experiments that they dumped down to the disposal area, and were using those to attack everyone and take over the ship.
Yeah.
You
uncooked meatballs at us.
You then made your way down to the security level to try and hard reset the security system so that they could take control of the upper levels of the spaceship again and control more of the security system. As you were doing this, you were attacked by the
thumb people from Spy Kids.
They're non-failed experimental genetically engineered humanoid creature things who had pale skin, missing chunks of flesh, and all spoke in guttural grunts. After a bit of fighting, I allowed Barbara because they, 1, had a trait that allowed them to know everything, 2, had a trait that, 1, a trait that lets them know all languages, 2, a trait that makes them pretty intelligent and knowledgeable at picking up new skills, and 3, charming. I allowed Barbara to do a number of skill checks to see if they could communicate their guttural language, which she passed. And so now you all befriended the pale, muscle-bound 8-foot tall man things.
The regenerators.
Don't pretend like this isn't your fantasy.
You are projecting.
Regenerators.
So,
Is it working?
you all have arrived within the security room, and are now taking control of the security systems. And and that's sort of where we left off. Was you arriving at this machine, this computer, you know?
Yes.
So, you now have 3 of those weird pale-skinned Geno soldiers with you, and they're all just like, all walking up and huddling around Barbara and looking at Barbara.
Barbara, do you know if these gentlemen know how to operate this security system?
Let me just ask.
Directly translating their language is a little funny because it's sort of a there's not nuance to it. You know, it's more
context clues.
Yeah. And you think you found out why they lost control of the security system. It wasn't the Union.
It was the Confederacy.
It was these guys. Is anyone gonna start rebooting the security system?
Which guys?
The Geno soldiers.
The guys, the Geno soldiers, they're in control.
And they're giving a general vibe that they don't like the scientists.
I go, oh, why don't you like the scientists?
One of them goes to the computer and starts to type at it, and they start to play back security footage of, you know, the experiments. And so, they start giving you, like, computer feed out, so, you know, they're giving you information on what's been going on here. And so, they are trying to grow a race of subhuman slave race of super soldiers to serve as combat fodder. The Geno soldiers. So these guys have been programmed to be the ultimate unfeeling killing machines, except something went wrong. They are feeling. And the thing they are feeling is anger at their own existence and their creators.
I don't say this out loud because of present company, but I do wonder to myself why they would just do that when we live in a universe where robots exist.
Because this company isn't a robotics company, they are a genetic engineering company, and they're trying to create something to break into a new market.
Okay.
They are trying.
I don't think that's a very stable investment.
They are trying to create these creatures directly to compete with combat robots and security robots, because you can't hack a living creature.
I mean, sure, but you can shoot it. Give it
Yeah.
diseases.
And you can shoot a robot and give it a virus.
We're all machines here. With sentience.
Okay.
We're all fucking corporate shills.
And then I wondered to myself, who the hell is arguing with me inside my own head? And then I start yelling at it to get out!
Get out! Get out! Get out! What are you doing in my
Quit playing devil's advocate with me!
Yeah, so they play back security footage of as they show you security footage, more or less, when the Union began to, you know, overtake the ship and let loose the failed dumped experiments. A few of these guys that were out for testing, and like some of the testing is straight up like them having electrodes hooked up to their brains and stimulated while they're conscious. A number of them took this as an opportunity to start trying to stage their own overthrowing of the scientists on the security floor and killing a bunch of them and releasing a bunch of their brethren. And it looks like they've been in the process of trying to wake up all the other Geno soldiers. And as they show you security footage, it's not just the other ones on this floor where you are. The floor below, one floor down, is full of more Geno soldiers. Like, the floor directly below the one you're in is just a bunch of storage of these guys. So they probably have like 100 of these guys in various states of growth.
Oh, terrifying.
So there are
Sad, but
hundreds more
scary.
of these guys on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
And it sounds like they were made primarily purely for combat and to be soldiers, but they acquired sentience and feelings and
Yeah. And they're
things that they weren't
basically like,
supposed to.
fuck this shit, and want to take control of the ship.
Gotcha.
So, the idea of growing a Geno soldier is a very dubious one within the laws of the trade union. You guys would know enough of things to know that, like, the only way you could just about get away with this is these guys would have to be at least, like, 20 to 30% not human DNA-wise. So, like, these things are just not human enough that they don't legally have rights.
I don't know. Maybe we should do a DNA test.
You are the father. So
Murray sound effects.
what's the plan from here? You were sent by the guys up above to reset the security systems here so that they could take control of all these upper levels again.
So, on one hand, this is very clearly wrong and most likely very illegal.
On the other hand, these guys can't pay you.
Yes. But if we turn these scientists in for doing something very illegal, maybe there's a reward?
Technically not illegal. If we look at the research data on the computers, these things they are primarily consistent of a mix of human and porpoise DNA. And they're just barely not human enough that they can legally be grown and sold as slaves without rights.
But they were human at some point.
No, they
I
were
mean,
not. These things are entirely lab grown. They're little homunculi monsters. You're able to, like, at this point, you guys have access to all of the, like, the central computing and security, and so you can access research data and stuff, and that's what you are able to find looking at things, is that these things are like homunculuses that they are growing in the lab from scratch. And those meatball creatures are the failed experiments.
I say, can you excuse us for a second?
No. Get a stepson to like a group huddle.
Yes.
They do their own group huddle.
All right, guys. What are we thinking?
Oh, it is quite sad in the situation that it is, but their anger seems to be their greatest weakness and will not actually leave them to be safe at all in the public space of everything. And if they were to release more, especially what we encountered in the elevator shaft, it would be quite catastrophic.
So what are you saying? Are you saying
I mean, for one, I am frankly horrified at the implications of what we have come across. And Truth be told, admittedly, I, in this moment, want nothing more than hope the three of us to get out of here safely, and to know what these genome soldiers would like. Because it seems they seem to be suffering significantly in a way that they did not ask for.
You both make very good points. So what are you saying? You say we help them, Torian?
I would love to help them, but but I would like to know what you two would prefer to do.
What about you, Hopper? From the sounds of it, you...
It's not that I wish harm. I do not. Yes, arguably we already have harmed a few on the way to this point now. But imagine with anyone else, just complete strangers. How would they even function? Yes, right now they are doing very well, but they are right now, from what the documents here already says, they will be captured and sold without any laws because they are just the right amount to be slaves. Unfortunately.
That's also a good point. So you're saying we should... I make a throat slitting symbol.
I guess I don't. If there's another way to deal with it without necessarily doing all of that, I would not mind taking a different route to it.
Oh.
It does at the very least seem like shutting down production, as it were, of further genome soldiers is at the very least what I would want the most.
This is hard.
It's,
We certainly are in a pickle, gang. On one hand, they are very dangerous, and plus, I like getting paid. But on the other hand, I hate to see them imprisoned or mistreated like this. I mean, gosh, how many does there need to be in order to constitute its own race?
Just
I mean,
enough.
sure, I make my living, killing creatures, but I just, I don't know. They're intelligent. They can speak. But then again, so can dogs and penguins.
Like Torian said, if we could just stop the mass production or at least the releasement of the others, maybe we could help this smaller group just be free without that need of deadly compromise.
Might there be a way to convince or show Genomed that this experiment and this leg of research is a failure and not worth pursuing while we ensure the safety of the group of genome soldiers here that we have found?
I don't know, Torian. I look back at them and I go, those experiments don't look like failures to me.
And they're pretty adamant wanting to bring the end to the scientists above.
Indeed, I mean, I mean no insult to the creatures here themselves, but if there's a way to appeal to, or to, I was thinking as a way to try and convince Genomed that they should stop making more of them that don't want to be made and will be traded off and treated as less than people.
I mean, how do we do that? I mean, look at them. They kind of got exactly what they wanted, disposable people who can do slave labor and, well, I guess we could say that, because they have, they've revolted. I guess we could call that technically a failure. But would that be enough to convince them?
Maybe, because the scientists believe it's the engineers, but it's actually right now the Geno soldiers in control, not the engineers. Oh, ask them about where's the engineers. We don't know about where they're at.
Okay. I tap the one I've been speaking to on the, what looks like a shoulder.
They look over. I was waiting for that. I love you speaking the grunt. I'm giving a star point.
I think I'm like speaking Stallone.
Yes! Oh, that's another one. They speak Stallone. They're just like, and they're like, when you start talking about, others from further down, they would acknowledge that, that there are more, and that they've been fighting, more or less a two-front battle between the meat monsters coming from down below and the security team trying to push back in from up above. So...
Oh, I see.
Because they've been stuck in the middle of the ship, these Geno soldiers, so there is in fact still something coming, like sending the meatball monsters up. That's not them. Which is, according to the security team, is the engineer union somehow resuscitating these things.
What if? Now hear me out. What if we got these guys to help us with the meat monsters? The other ones, the scary ones,
Meatballs, yes.
Yes.
Meatball, spaghetti
and then
on
in
top.
exchange, we can speak on their behalf of maybe integrating them into maybe the workforce, and rather than being experimented on, maybe they can be treated as their own race. And if not, and if they don't agree to our terms, we can just let them kill them anyways.
Do you present this plan to them? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm presenting this to Hopper and Torian.
Okay.
For consideration.
I was more like yes, but then the part of it I was thinking that they help us deal with the mass that is the main problem of the ship, and if possible also try to put an end to the union. As you know, a lot of the companies don't agree with it, but if it's very possible, the scientists believe a lot of stuff is not going right. So we can arguably say that they escaped or had perished in the combat. But in reality, they actually left for their safety to have their own life.
The question is, how do you get them out of here?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask, because there's hundreds of them.
The idea. What sort of escape system does this vessel have? Be a good question to find out.
Every single level has an escape pod that could sustain about a dozen people for the equivalent of a month on Earth. But the way that they work is more or less they just launch out and then float around with no propulsion system and send a SOS signal out into shadow space till someone can rescue them.
Oh dear.
Alternatively, there's the cargo lifting ships that are in the cargo bay, but those don't have jump drives, so there's not really anywhere, or they don't have, they don't have shadow drives to open up a portal to shadow space. So there are no ships aboard this ship that can get you out of here in any significant way.
And there are no planets within this system.
You guys are currently orbiting a star that is rapidly trying to consume everything around it, and then propel it out as energy.
Well, that's not ideal.
And you are slowly moving closer to said star. But you likely have more than enough time to sort all of this out, unless you're going to be here for months.
Yeah, and I didn't even... We
Sorry.
didn't even consider the working class engineers.
Well, if the engineers are creating a union, and though yes, like it'd be really bad since the Genomanes want to kill the scientists. If they just want to have their own freedom, why don't they just take the Geno soldiers with them, but just kind of live freely? If that's what they want, or I don't know. This is really
You're suggesting the
complicated.
Union and the Geno soldiers should unify against the corporation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
She's like, I just want them to be safe. I feel bad.
I honestly,
It's a tough galaxy, sister.
Yeah, I kind of love
that's not-
how silly, lighthearted, goofy characters you made for a setting that is fundamentally going to be incredibly fucked up in the long run.
Yeah, but that's a Hopper. I do love the idea of like getting the Union engineers on our side, which I understand. Tall order, but
We'll get in
Yeah.
trouble.
we will get in trouble. Yes.
Hmm.
Oh,
Don't worry, gang.
should
I'm sure we'll be able to talk our way out of anything.
should we try to pose this moral dilemma we are in to the genome soldiers? Because it does feel like we are currently stuck at the moment.
Well, I think their opinion's going to be a little bit biased, but sure, why not? I'm open to suggestions.
So, after a series of grunting and gesturing, you communicate the idea to them, and they explain that you're the first person to communicate with them, the first human. So they haven't had a chance to even try and work with anybody. They've just been, stuck fighting everything. But if you want to carry on a message down to the Union, they'd be more than willing to work with the Union to kill the corporation. Because the scientists are the ones that experimented on them.
What?
So
I'm sorry.
The three of them will stay here and modify the security system in order to make it so that the security system won't fire on any of you anymore.
I go, wait, can at least one of you come with us? Because I think, I think we're gonna come across some...
let me do a charm check.
We're gonna come across some obstacles down there, and I think if we want to free any more of your brethren, you'll have, it'll be easier for them to accept us as friends if you're with us.
Oh, they are the only Geno soldiers that are awake. Every other one is in stasis down below.
Like below the engineers?
No, one floor down from where you are.
Oh, well, I mean, if we want to wake them up.
I'll go ahead and do a charm check for you. Give me a moment. Do you have any dice that benefit, or any perks that benefit charming?
Attractive.
That will work.
eh,
And if you want to spend star points, let me know now.
um, I'll spend. How many do I have?
I think like
I'll-
8, 9.
I'll
1, 2,
spend.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep.
I'll spend 2.
All right. Uh, uh, uh. Okay. So they'd explain that the only reason they haven't woken up more of their brother in it is they don't actually know how to do it, and they need somebody to do that for them. But they're willing to spare one of the 3 remaining ones to go with you, if you really think you need it.
Ah, shucks. But wait. I say, how did you get out?
They were awake for experimentation when all the fighting in the ship started, and they just sort of took advantage of the opportunity.
Okay. I think we only need like just at least one of you.
That's what they send. They're sending
Yeah.
one with us.
Yeah, one of the Geno soldiers will go with you.
I feel like as they're walking downstairs, like towards the next floor down, Popper would be like, "I'm very sorry for attacking you guys so brutally."
Yeah, because
I'm
you.
And
really
I translate.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they'll basically be like, that they understand. Battle is battle. It's how it goes. So are you all gonna?
I go. Wait, I go. Hey, what is your name? I'm asking what's his name.
He would reveal a serial code that is like more or less tramp stamped onto them. Like it runs down the base of their spine, like starting at the tailbone, moving upward. A series of letters and numbers.
Hopper's gonna look at it.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Torian will also look and try to memorize it.
Well, there's no way I'm gonna be able to memorize that. So, how about Rampy?
What?
Oh, he nods.
Okay.
You like that, Trampy?
So Trampy is now your friend. So now the question is, how do you all plan on going down? You can take the elevator shaft, or you can do another spacewalk.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Trampy
Also-
doesn't have a spacesuit.
No, but the escape pod has spacesuits.
Oh, sorry.
In his size?
He can squeeze in. They're stretchy. They're designed to be able to fit different sized people.
If there's room for a Torian, there's room for a Champy.
Well,
You don't need
Torian
a
doesn't wear a
spacesuit.
spacesuit. Torian just opens up their chest cavity like how Bender always opens his stomach. Get in. It's like fucking the fucking Freddy Fazbear from Security Breach.
Oh no.
Get
Gregory.
in, superstar.
Quick, Trampy, get in my mouth.
Wait. Wait.
I don't like. Hang on, let's keep this Twitch friendly, okay?
Never.
You never keep it Twitch friendly.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is a good.
Now you want to keep it clean.
This is a good, upstanding Christian channel.
completely monetizable.
Let's keep it friendly as we stare at the crudely drawn flesh worm with teeth.
While hanging out with a bunch of Geno soldiers with unusually large testicles.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's like 2 grapefruit.
Stop. Anyway, Hopper is just like, well, the engineers don't know we're in because they actually don't hear us right now. It should be okay to go down one floor in the elevator shaft, right? It's not like we have to jump many floors.
Well, I don't know. Our last experience with the elevator shaft wasn't so fun. I enjoyed the spacewalk much more, personally.
Well, I guess let's try.
Perhaps.
So-
I don't want
perhaps
to put our friend into risk.
Which one are you trying?
Sorry, what was that, Torian?
I was going to say perhaps taking the shaft down without the security system trying to kill us might yield an easier time
Oh yeah, good
than when we
point.
try to take the shaft up.
Wait, were we able to disable the
the sec-
security system?
The Geno soldiers have made you green lighted by the security system, so the automated security won't attack you anymore. But also,
Okay.
last time it wasn't the automated security that was the problem in the elevator shaft, if you recall.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I
Indeed.
currently have 2 laser cannons. I give one of them to Trampy.
Trampy already has one.
Oh, okay. Then I hold on to them.
Uh,
Unless anyone wants one. They're pretty
does
cool.
Trampy know how to dual wield?
Trampy will dual wield. You don't even need to
I
give
will
them
hand-
one. They already have extras because of all the ones you killed. It's okay. You murdered their friends.
Hopper feels bad.
No, not 7814268.
No, my best friend, 80085.
Nah.
So yeah, what's the plan?
I guess we're spacewalking.
Okay.
Alright.
Because
Very well.
Hopper understands. Yeah, we don't know how easy those elevators will open if we go down the shaft.
Are y'all gonna move down the spacewalk nice and easy and a little slow, or are y'all gonna try and go quickly?
Hopper would go slow because like, I don't think we're in a massive rush now. We'll just make sure we get there safe and stealthily, not to set
I
off
think-
the engineers.
Yeah, I also think slow because I also want to make sure that like Trampy is like adjusting to 0 gravity.
So,
Yes. Torian will go slow as well.
you all make your way out and begin to gradually make your way down the skyscraper-length building, holding on to whatever grippers you can along the way. What floor? How far down do you all want to go? So currently you're on the blue floor, at level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're on level 11 right now. You were informed earlier that the cultists have made it by the last time they were able to check as far as level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As far as level 5.
Cultists? You mean the Union?
The Union.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been running a lot of campaigns lately.
Well, I thought we were
I-
gonna try to do the agreement to help waking up the others in stasis.
You would need to find somebody in the Union that would know how to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, now I understand. My brain. Sorry.
I guess the top. Maybe like we get off at like the top purple one, like where the blue and the purple intersect.
So level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody in agreement on that?
Yeah.
Level 1 does not have an entrance, by the way, the bottom one.
Well,
So-
never mind then.
No, I'm just saying the very lowest level doesn't have a external entrance.
Okay,
But yeah, you can get into this level if that's where you all want to go.
I do.
Yes.
Everybody
Sounds
agrees? All right.
Indeed.
What do you think, Trampy?
Buh, buh, buh. That's what Trampy
He's-
thinks.
He said, "I'm up for anything. You know me."
I'm glad we're including Trampy in our group discussions now.
He's up all night.
course.
He's up all night to get lucky, you know.
Crazy.
Crazy?
I want to shoot you into shadow space.
I was crazy once. Do you know where they locked me, Doodle? They locked me in a room.
In the Pulsar's basement?
A rubber room.
Yeah?
A rubber room with rats.
Mm-hmm.
The rats made me crazy.
Yeah?
Crazy? I was crazy once.
Anger.
They locked me in a room.
I'm gonna start emoting your chat angrily.
It sounds like a reference that I don't understand.
It's a meme. There's this meme that went viral a while ago where it's just like a group of like 15 guys sitting in a kitchen, all like cooking together like some frat bros or something, and they're all just like, crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy. Crazy. And they just loop it.
I
It's
really
this-
don't get what constitutes a meme anymore.
Is that what the four of us all do on our way down to the 6th floor?
Exactly. Now you're getting it. You're getting in the spirit now.
I mean, that's
Uh,
kind of
I have no
that's kind of
spirit.
relevant to my backstory.
I'm soulless.
I'm just getting the map together, sorry.
Did somebody say soulless?
Soulless.
Oh, flawless.
I was locked in a rubber room.
Oh, Don't it!
Alright, so, you all make your way into the little escape pod and then emerge out onto the floor you're on. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless your face.
Holy fuck, that was like an old man sneeze. That was so violent.
Yeah, it kinda hurt.
I felt it in my spleen.
My squiggly splooge.
Well, is that what the spleen does?
Yeah.
Okay.
My necklace smells of vanilla beans and coconut.
Vanilla beanus.
And cocoa butter.
So you all emerge. Out onto the level that's marked up.
Yeah.
And you're in a hallway. And I'm just gonna go ahead and map out where the hallway goes, because you would all obviously walk forward enough to be able to look at where, like, what's going on.
Mhm. Hmm.
I'm an expert map drawer.
Yeah. It's clearly not Venus on the screen with a little underwear.
What?
Take a screenshot.
I don't.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I see it.
Oh my god.
No.
What the hell?
Boy, the subconscious, you know, it's wrong with you today.
Yes, the
Yeah.
lines are doors.
I see. It's a letter T.
So, do you all go up or down?
E for
Left
trespassing.
or right?
Yes.
Maybe it's down.
I just
We
go
could-
left.
Well,
All right. Y'all head down in this direction.
That's
And
right.
no, that would be left. Because he walks
Wait.
this way.
Look, if we're fit, I pointed at the screen as if you could see it. Yeah, see, that's left. Yeah.
Yeah, left. You all go down,
Okay,
left.
but you moused your.
When you said it, your mouse was up on the right side. But you gotta remember, we're also like 10,
Oh,
at like 2 second delay.
yes. That makes sense.
And also, you're far away from us and not in the same room.
So
Yes.
far away.
I want to get away.
So,
You all see
band.
the room lays out like this. All these are doors.
Maybe we should check a door.
As you, or wait, which door do y'all want to check?
Oh, she was just asking, do you think we should check a door?
Sure. Hey, Trampy, do you know where we're going?
Oh, they don't.
Cool.
Mm,
I'm
should
just gonna give a star point for the name Trampy.
I can't believe it.
I will say, I think you made a major missed opportunity by not naming them Ken.
No, it's not a missed opportunity.
You're right, Ken needs to be a major reoccurring NPC later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken's just gonna be a raging misogynist.
It never occurred to me.
Man, Trampy would never.
Trampy's a good boy.
I think Torian and I should open the door first in case someone does start shooting. At least our shields will absorb anything.
So, what door are you thinking of opening?
What do you think? The one right directly to our left or one in front of us?
Well,
Asking.
for maximum door coverage, I think we should cover the door to our left.
Alright.
As you look in, it is immediately apparent that it's basically a small apartment room. I'm not going to draw it all, but you can see a kitchen, a sort of pseudo kitchen setup, a doorway that would lead to a bathroom and a bedroom area. It's just like a small, like, think like a New York flat.
Oh, it's a room.
Perhaps living quarters?
I think so. Looks like it.
I'm just going to go ahead and say when you open the other door, you realize it's another one. As you realize that this must be a living quarters floor.
Yeah. I don't see anyone.
Can I roll for perception?
Sure. What are you trying to perceive?
I don't know if something's out of the ordinary.
Do you have any
Are these, like,
perceptions?
just crew quarters or something?
Seemingly, yes. Do you have any special perception stats?
I don't think so.
So with a quick bit of investigation for everybody and a perception check, you all walk around and start to realize this floor is completely abandoned. Not just abandoned, but picked through. It looks like
looted?
yeah.
Oh, so no one is on this floor. It's kind of a shame. It would have been more comfortable if they would just stay in the rooms.
I think the working class has already been through here. Just a guess. I mean, everything's been ransacked.
Let me see. Ow, pinch myself. Ah! I'm playing with.
Also,
back
I
click
look
and
for
pinch myself.
anything that might be useful to us.
As I said, it's been mostly picked through. You can find some loose cushions and like furniture items, but nothing of major use.
Hello.
Hello?
I look at all the furniture and I think, oh, I wish I had a ship. I would love to have these on it.
It would look amazing in Barbara's dream house.
in my dream ship.
On planet Lalaboo.
Wow.
Is
Barbara's
Yes, we
Lalaboo dream house. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I guess we should head down another floor.
I'm never going back to Quiverly Hills.
Quiverly Hills. That's not where I wanna be. Get away now. Get away now.
I'm gonna commit arson.
Quiverly Hills.
Yep. Where you keep going. I'm listening.
I can't wait for suddenly the stream loses audio.
Yeah. Anyway, what is the plan? How do you all move down? Spacewalk again?
Oh, did we look through all the rooms?
Picking through all of the rooms, there is like nothing of use.
dang. Not even anything in the fridge.
Nope.
I doubt it.
Nope. No foods.
Oof.
No fridge either.
All of the security systems are destroyed though. You realize every turret has been thoroughly blasted apart.
Engineers, we have come to ask: is your refrigerator running?
Yes, the new mobile refrigerator.
Yeah, they're like, actually, yeah, can you help us?
Brought to you by Virgin Electronics.
It's gone rampant.
Oh no.
I was trying to think of a Terminator refrigerator pun and I couldn't come up with anything. So people watching on YouTube, give me your best Terminator refrigerator pun in the comments.
Refrigerator?
Oh!
Well, if you're talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger lines, there's clearly the ice to meet you from the freezer.
Yes. But anyway,
Okay,
so
we're having,
would you
looks like
all
we're having leftovers. Which one?
Hasta
Hasta la vista.
la vista. What was that about leftovers?
What's everybody? What's the plan now? Are y'all gonna continue moving down?
I'll
Yeah.
be snack.
Okay, fuck all you. You're all gonna get a star point. Take your fucking star points.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hang on, I just realized a very important thing I need to do.
Yeah.
Talk to the spam.
There we go. There we go.
Oh no, talk to the sandwich. No.
Just gotta.
Yeah?
Oh,
There we
you're
go.
upsetting us, you
Oh,
boss.
don't worry. Hang on. Let me do a little bit more. Just tuck that
Are
right
you
in.
just gonna put all the stars on our sweater?
There we go. Anyway,
We're not gonna be able to keep track of them. You realize that, right?
what all of you? What yours are orderly. Anyway. What's the plan? What's everyone gonna do?
Well, if we've run out of out of food Terminator puns, I say we keep moonwalking.
Yeah.
So,
Moonwalking.
spacewalk down another floor.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
So, you all go down another and another, checking all the floors as you go, finding all of them seem to have been picked through.
Come with me if you want a liver.
So as you start to get lower, are you guys gonna do any change of plans? Or just keep moving down?
Where are the engineers?
I hope they haven't gotten got.
Do you
know
all
what I mean.
take the spacewalk down to the last floor you can reach through spacewalking?
I say we like skip the floor beneath the one we were just in and then try the one below that.
Oh, so all of the floors I colored in orange are all just like same layout, same story, picked through,
Okay.
emptied.
All right. I
So
guess,
head down to the last one you can visit through spacewalking.
yeah.
Yes.
And you enter this one getting worried that you're just gonna see more of the same. But as you all step in, you're immediately met. You step into the bubble-shaped escape pod, close the door, it spins around to face the interior, opens up, and the interior walls are filled with like meaty. Hang on. Ugh, don't stop me. Trying to. Sorry.
I can guess. Thank you.
Meaty, tendrily growths running along the floor. Just like big veins of flesh, essentially. On the running along the floor and the ceiling and the walls, making the corridor look like a corridor of meat and flesh.
Weird. But like
The
like grass, but flesh.
or more like vines
Or
and
worse.
roots.
Like vines and roots. Okay.
The door to the elevator
Advanced
is held open by these fleshy tendrils, and you think you can hear sound coming from the elevator shaft. Repetitive humming tune.
Humming?
I am not stepping onto this floor.
I
Who wants to
can.
give me a piggyback ride?
I can. I could walk above it all.
What do you mean?
Magnet foot one up, and just
Yeah, they just-
stand.
They tap their heels together, step 1 foot forward, and then they like, you know when you like step up onto a stair and a staircase? They do that to thin air and are stood in thin air.
Did I know she could do that?
You saw her doing it previously during the elevator chase scene. I don't know how
Yeah,
much
she
your
was just
character absorbed it.
She was just literally walking and
You
running
know,
up
I
the
don't know how
sides
much
of
my
it.
character absorbed it either.
It's okay.
I mean, I won't say no.
She offers hand.
As you
I-
get on
I
the
jumped right up there.
as you climb on the back of the smaller girl, Trampy's gonna look at
Trampy and Torian are right there.
Trampy looks at Torian and they like do like an uppies motion towards Torian. Wants to get carried by Torian.
I guess Trampy is also really grossed out by the floor.
You know what, Trampy? You've been through a lot today. You deserve a piggyback ride. And
So
I absolutely give him one.
and they aim their guns over either of your shoulders as you do this.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes.
Master Blaster.
I do the same with your shoulders.
So you all
How you doing down there, Hopper?
I'm good.
Yes, my weight loss program has been paying off.
So I do love again the visual of like Hopper is like a good half a foot shorter than you.
Out of curiosity, is Trampy wearing like any clothes, or am I just carrying a
They're
full
they're
flesh?
wearing a spacesuit and armor.
It's probably
Okay.
like really form-fitting though.
It's stretched crudely around the armor. So, what do you all do? Approach the held open elevator shaft?
I hope this doesn't make you uncomfortable, Torian. Well, maybe we should go right this time. I don't know.
Mm,
At
I
this
mean-
point, I don't even think it matters which way we go.
No matter
The
what,
ele-
going forward, you will have to approach the elevator door that is held open.
mm,
By what?
The viney tendrils.
mm. If you like, I could take a peek in to see how bad it is. The tendrils look like they're frail, so maybe we could sever it, and that will possibly shut the elevator doors.
Oh. I like have my eyes shut.
Okay, I'll be taking a peek. Don't worry.
Hey, just tell me when to fire.
And Hopper's gonna carefully approach the elevator doors.
And which, as you approach, you realize the elevator is actually stopped on this floor currently. And that means that the only way to go to the sub-level is to take this elevator. And looking up the shaft, you realize these meaty tendrils are reaching up several floors. Something you didn't pick up on because you were never opening the, elevator shaft for obvious reasons. But it seems like something has begun to reach up through any crevice it can from down below.
Oh dear, this is dangerous. You could look. There's nothing here, but I think this is something we all need to see.
There's something alive down there.
Whatever's in this room, or I guess how the room is, it's, I guess, reaching up, trying to pry up any elevator or any access, which
Maybe.
brings us danger to everyone else.
Do you think maybe if we can make the elevator go down, it will just squish whatever's down there?
It's a possibility. And right now, the tendrils look like they're trying to reach up to the top floor. Which is
From the elevator,
nice.
when you're near it, you can hear from below a sound, like.
Can I roll to see if I recognize the tune?
I'm gonna go ahead and say no, because this isn't a tune you would be able to recognize.
Okay.
It's not one you would have heard anywhere.
Doesn't sound like the creatures. We have not yet come across the Union. Do you think the Union managed to get below before all this happened?
You can carry on the conversation. I was just doing ambience.
Can I just could I determine where the humming is coming from?
It's coming from below. In the
Yes,
the
no.
level below.
Hopper?
Mm,
I
Yeah.
might be speaking too soon, but I think whatever is down there,
Mhm.
it might be what's left of the workers.
Don't worry, guys. It's just Gregorian chants slowed in reverb to perfection.
I believe Penelope would describe this as diegetic boss music.
That's a star point.
Excellent use of the word diegetic.
Well then,
Thanks.
I guess
I'm
we're
not
all
really good
ready.
at sticking to my diegetics. You know, I always end up having a cheat day, and then it all goes downhill. Too many sweets.
Oh, honey, we all do.
But yeah, what's the plan?
I say we just investigate right before making any big decisions.
Well, there's not much to investigate. The whole walls and everything seems to be sealed shut with this layer of flesh.
Yeah, but maybe there's like records or weapons maybe that were left behind.
And looks to Torian like, do you want to go looking for weapons?
Please.
Despite knowing little about this environment, I can almost certainly surmise that if we explore further, we will find a tendril holding a gun. And I believe it would be best for us to travel down to the floor below.
What do you think, Trampy?
Whoa, whoa. He gives general vibes of discomfort.
That doesn't help.
I think we should just rip the band-aid off and head downstairs.
Oh, all right.
No worries. Just make sure your guns are loaded and we're ready.
Yeah. I will put up my shield with Champina to make him feel more safe as we go down.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, we just hit down on the elevator and see what happens.
As you activate the elevator, you're able to hear the sorry, just adjusting my seat a little. You can hear the sound more clearly as soon as you start to go down. Praise be the flesh. Praise be he that molds life and raises death.
Oh, it is a cult.
Praise be the flesh. Praise be the one who burned and returned. Praise be the flesh.
Torian wasn't programmed to know what religion is.
As you go down, you can see that there's just fleshy growths all over the walls, and you enter the lower engine area, which da 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 da. Gotta do a map. I'm trying to be fast. Sorry. But yeah, all the uh all the crew members are sort of down here. Hang on. Words, I can use them. It's hard for me to draw and talk at the same time. Sorry, I'm trying to just finish this fast.
Knew you good. I also struggle.
So you're now in the lower levels of the ship, and as the elevator lowers down, it's basically lowering you down. There isn't like a floor below. There's catwalks running all over, and below you is just the exposed generator of the ship. You know? It's like, the maintenance level is literally just like, directly below you is an exposed shadow energy drive, which is sort of like the equivalent of having a giant exposed nuclear reactor. For context.
Fun.
So, I've got cancer or something.
Well, luckily, as long as you don't make direct contact with the energy below, you should be fine.
Isn't this like powered by like a black hole or something?
Shadow energy.
So should I even be looking straight at it?
Yeah, you can look directly at it. Again, just don't
Ooh.
touch it. Because it will deconstruct you on a molecular level.
Even with my robot arm?
Well, your robot arm would probably survive. The
Probably.
catwalks
Because
all
my robot arm isn't made of molecules.
yes, it is.
I know I was being facetious, Brian.
I don't know what that word means.
That's me. Sarcasm.
Checkmate, liberal. I'm kidding, I know what it means. But yeah, as you lower down, all the, like, you realize that there is probably, like, 30, 40 crew members all wearing, like, engineering equipment. All stood around, like, in prayer. And as you're all lowering down, one figure would stand out above the rest.
Does he hand out a pamphlet to us? There's always an usher at these things.
He looks at you and he's wearing a, like, welding mask, but you can see through the visor a purple light shines out. And he's wearing, like, basically a welder's uniform, more or less. But you can see parts of his body, like, growing out beyond the confines of the outfit. And he looks, he's like, finally the interlopers arrive. And you realize in a bunch of, like, the meat flesh growing on the wall, the meatball creatures all start to raise up and wiggle like little, like, animals, all looking at you guys. All their little chirping sounds and, like, hissing, echoing around you. And all of the, you presume, union members all standing and looking in your guys' direction as the elevator lowers. All of them holding makeshift weaponry made out of, ship tools.
I have never interrupted my
tools.
life, sir. I don't even know the meaning of the word.
Tell me, do you come here to bring an end to our awakening?
Dare I ask, what on earth are you trying to do?
To offer my gift. And the man holds out his hand, and you see a bunch of the meaty tendrils start to raise up around him, and a bunch of the meat polyp creatures on the walls all, like, start to twitch and writhe, and, like, they turn inside out. And the tendrils reach out and grab them, and all of a sudden the tendrils at the ends of them have these big fangy mouths made out of the creatures' inverted bodies. To offer the forge of flesh.
What did this to you?
They did! He raises up his hands, like motioning towards the upper levels of the ship. With their mistreatment of us all. But we will rise beyond the corporate machine. We will rise and show the galaxy what we have learned. What I was shown by the holy light of the engine. By the holy light of searing flesh.
Oh, so you touched the no zone. Okay.
Yes. The woman understands. Years or long ago, but not long from the perspective of those here, I fell into the engine below. It needed maintenance, but they refused to turn it off. They didn't want to miss their petty deadlines of destination. I fell in and I was torn asunder by the shadow energy. I was touched by shadow. My very being ripped apart molecularly. But
How the hedgehog?
I heard a whisper. The Dark One reaching out. He gifted me enlightenment. And now I understand biology in a way they only wish they could. I took their failed experiments and I made new life. And now we will turn the universe inside out. Praise be the seared flesh. And you hear all of the union members. Praise be the seared flesh. Would you like to receive the
He wants to be
blessing?
part of this.
Would you
I
like
was
to
gonna say
Sorry, what?
Sorry. I was gonna say before he turns back to them, and she whispers to Barbara, like, I don't think you want to send Trampy with this group anymore.
No.
I don't think we're.
Oh.
But on the plus side, all of my moral, all of my moral doubts have basically been wiped away completely.
Now you can say your part. Sorry, I just want to have that little fill
Yeah,
in
it's
as
okay.
they were distracted.
Would you
Are
like
you
to
talking over my sermon?
Would you like to receive the blessing of flesh? I can give you back what you've lost. He motions towards Barbara.
Oh no. Not Barbara.
She just kind of blinks at him, like trying to figure out like what he's getting at. I'm like, well, I lost a lot of stuff in my life.
He holds out his hand, and the tendrils all start to reach up around, and you see form in his hand a perfectly immaculate human arm with nice manicured fingernails. As he holds it out, the hand sort of moves, and it gives you like a come hither motion. Even you. He looks to what was his name? Tramp stamp guy? Trampy?
Trampy.
Trampy?
Yeah, Trampy. I can make you whole. I can make you human. Oh. Trampy looks curious, and he's gonna climb down off of Turian and start to try and approach.
What, Trampy?
Do you want to try and stop him? Like, through charm?
Yes.
Alright. You have attractive, and the fact I'll give you an extra die because you're speaking his language, literally.
Yeah.
Do you spend any star points?
Like, yes. 2.
2? Okay.
Yep. I go, Trampy, you don't want to do this.
Oops.
Oh, sorry.
I can see that this guy, he'll take away what makes you unique. And believe me, you are unique to this galaxy.
Well, you just received 11 successes. So Trampy stops and steps back.
Hey yo, let's go, Barbara.
In fact, that's well beyond a critical success. So I'm trying to think of what Trampy.
Do we get a few?
What?
So, I was gonna ask, do we get a few flesh tendrils on our side too?
No. Trampy may do an extra action potentially in a bit, but I'll hold off on what he'll do. But he stops going forward.
Trampy, unique?
Do you not want to see the blessings I can offer? I've been touched by shadow, and now I can mend flesh. Bend flesh. I can make you anything you want to be.
Yes, but I mean, Isn't this what got you all in this pickle in the first place? You know, trying to play God, and
What got us in this situation was the corporate greed of those above us. All of us here, the engineers, we were worthless cogs in the machine, mistreated. Everybody here, before my gift, we were all missing limbs. We were all nothing.
but now
and
you're
many
all just cogs in a different machine.
everybody here is a hero of their own will. They all see the blessing that I offer. Let me show you what I can offer. All of us had lost limbs in the ruthless engineering of this ship. We all kept this machine running so that they could do their soulless experiments above. But I can give life new meaning. We can share the blessings of the Union to those throughout the galaxy. All we need is to take control of the cockpit. Then we can steer this ship. We can activate the shadow drive and we can go anywhere. But until then, we've locked down the engine. We can't allow them to jump somewhere where our message won't be received well, after all.
Hmm.
Can I roll
You need-
perception to? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. She would have just simply said, "No, your fate was very unfortunate. What happened to you, and the carelessness and actions of them not taking more careful measures for all your safety. Though you see it as a blessing in disguise, it is simply a disguise, as your mind is slowly rotting away to the madness of shadow space."
Madness? This is enlightenment. I have transcended my mortal coil. I died and came back. He looks at himself and he's like, This ship isn't Lazarus. I am Lazarus. I am Jesus, reborn.
Yeah. You're still mortal.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I roll perception to see? To like, I guess look at the other people, see if they're like entranced or if they're like actually buying this.
Sure. Let me do a perception check.
And if any of them give each other weird looks after he just said, "I am Jesus."
Yeah.
As if they're going like, "Oh, well, I wouldn't go that far."
Do you have any
Should
like?
Torian- Sorry.
Do you have any perception-related abilities?
New.
So you got 2 successes and 2 crashing failures. So 0 successes.
Forgot to add star.
Here he is.
Oh,
Should-
what did Torian want to do?
Should Torian roll in this moment to internalize or figure out who Jesus is?
That's entirely a player call if you know what Jesus is.
I don't know how much history does Torian know?
Well, honestly, religion has all, for the most part, all but died off within space.
Yeah, but Jesus
So-
was a real person.
No, knowing about Jesus would in shadow space would be the equivalent of like, I can't even think of a comparison. It's beyond ancient
The
history.
Beatles?
It's
Oh.
beyond ancient history. It is old Earth culture.
Oh dear.
Steve Jobs.
Let's give it a whirl.
So like some people could know. I'm gonna say you don't even need to roll. Like I said, this is entirely a player choice. if you know what Jesus is.
Oh. I, I think for the purpose of this weird trait that I've developed, Torian's going to continue not knowing anything about religion.
Okay, that's hilarious.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so what are y'all gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna have to kick his ass. Because you cannot talk smack to the person that has shadow space in her entire system right now. Say you're God. She's like, no, bitch.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
Topper's like, nah, I'm God, fuck you.
I respect you. I respect your right to, follow your own made-up religion, but the thing about religions are a lot like a penis. If you have one, good for you. If you don't, that's also fine. But you shouldn't wave it around in public, and you definitely shouldn't shove it down children's throats.
Jesus. That's a hell of a statement.
Can I roll for can I roll for that? To see if that gets through to him.
What are you trying to convince him of?
To just not make it the rest of the galaxy's problem.
And what do you expect us to do? Go back to working for them? No. We are done being slaves. You are either with us and helping us take the ship, or you are against us.
Now those are two completely extreme options that lack complete nuance. I think there are plenty of other options we can go with. Like, you can find your own habitable M-class planet that you can call home.
And how do you suggest we get there, interloper?
Well, we are on a spaceship. Also, I'm Barbara.
We are trying to take this ship so that we can go about our way and spread our enlightenment to all those who would be willing to accept our gift.
What about everyone who's unwilling?
Yes, it appears you seem to be spreading enlightenment regardless of whether or not folks want it.
I just want to make sure we're not misinterpreting.
We are currently at a war of faith against the infidels at the top of this ship, against the corporate shills who forced us into the situation we are in. We will take this ship, and we will take down Genomed, and then, well, what comes after that will really depend on how people treat us.
Oh dear.
But one thing is clear, the corporation must fall.
I look at the others.
This system that has been created across the galaxy, it is sick. It is a diseased system that forces us to feed on each other like cancerous cells. But if we bring down the system, we can unify humanity in a new, connected way. The Union can reign supreme over the corporations.
Not like this, though.
There is no other way.
There's always another way.
No! This is the only option!
Now, see, this is the kind of rigid thinking that left religion behind in the early days.
think
And-
I'd like to.
You gotta
And
get
what,
with the
pray tell,
times.
did they send you down here to do to us? Did they want you to talk us down? Or did they want you to turn the security on and kill us? I assure you, they see it the same way we do. Only one group will survive to take this ship. The question is, which group are you three with? Or, sorry, which group are you two with, he says. Which group are you two with?
Oh, because he doesn't count
Oh, no,
Torian as a person.
sorry, he would say you three, because you have fucking Trampy. Yeah, which group are you three
Oh,
with?
he doesn't count Torian?
Do you comment on that?
I'm like, there's... Go ahead.
I kind of want to just full body tackle this guy for the way he's treating me.
Yeah? You want to charge a
No
full
one's
body
gonna
talk?
stop you. No one's gonna stop you.
All right.
I think Torian's thinking the immediate short-term goal is to subdue this guy and stop him from forcing flesh upon us, or what he is trying to do right now.
Do you have any physical stats that would aid in this attack?
I believe I have my jumping ability and physical strength level 1.
I'll say, yeah, this would make sense as a jump attack.
Yeah. Again,
Oh,
I
that
think
caught
jump
me
would
off
also
guard.
imply
This man is
leap.
being this man.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and 3 dice breaks, meaning 1
Ooh.
success. I didn't mention hitting this guy would be a level 3 challenge.
Oh dear.
So you could spend 2 star points and hit him, or you could not hit him.
I would like to spend 2 star points to hit him.
All right. You dive into this man with your large size and you tackle his body, slamming into it, and you're just, covered in blood as you smushed him. There was no bones inside that man.
I thought he was like bigger.
When the big baddie talks a lot of smack, gets smacked, he's obliterated like a mosquito, like foot.
You feel everything shake and rumble. And then you see a little, in the goo underneath you, a purple shining light sinks into the meaty flesh tendrils on the ground. And a giant glowing eye opens on the wall. So be it. You hear from all directions at once. All of the meaty meatball creatures. So be it, so be it, so be it, so be it. As you realize, what was in front of you was just sort of a pretty face, so to speak. Has all of these meat tendrils and meatballs are him.
Disgusting.
And all of the union members begin to run to the corners, the edges of the room, and immediately just the walls are opening up and taking them into it. Because they're just like being pulled into the wall, into meat sacks in the wall.
You see, Trampy? You see? Aren't you glad that you didn't go with him?
Trampy looks around. Yeah, Trampy. Oh yeah. Oh. So Trampy calls out, we can't, or that you can't, there's no way you guys can kill this thing. It is too large and strong. But there is a way. The engine.
Yeah.
If you can blow up the engine, you can destroy him.
I guess
And you know the 11 successes you got earlier?
Yeah.
Trampy looks down below, seeming to contemplate for a moment. And they,
Trampy?
give me your guns, they say. All of them.
What's wrong with the ones you have?
Hopper gives gun.
More boom, they say.
Torian gives gun as well.
Do you give the 2 guns you have?
I give you one. I give him one, and before I give him the other one, I go, What are you planning? What?
They start ripping the protective shielding off of the guns. Like, back ends. Exposing the you know, the internal components that make the gun work. That make the plasma blasts go. As you realize, they're more or less trying to make a big old plasma bomb out of the guns.
See. Okay.
Oh my.
I help him rip off the disassemble the guns.
And then Trampy is gonna look at you and they're gonna be like, take elevator, or hang on. It's gonna, I'm making this go too fast. What am I doing? We should make a little bit of a combat scenario out of this. I'm silly. So, Trampy is gonna need about 3 turns to assemble the bomb. And of course, the endless hordes of meat monsters and tendrils will try to stop you.
Well, it's a shame we don't have guns, isn't it?
Oh, I have guns.
You have 2
But I also
swords, and yeah, everyone has their own internal weaponry.
That is true. I pull out both my swords.
Hopper ready Gatling gun.
I'm just deleting all the other guns.
Hopper's gonna ready her Gatling gun and her sword to multitask when that needed.
You all remember the elevator chase sequence?
Yeah.
This is mechanically quite simple, or quite similar. Every round,
Not simple.
Every round, I'm going to do a roll for how many meat creatures are going to be pushing at you guys. And then you have to do enough successful attacks to take down how many there are. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
So, first round. Wow, they rolled shit first round.
Yay.
Let's go.
So collectively, you all need to make 1 success in order to hold back the initial attack of meat monsters.
All right.
Through
I
attacks.
I will not be adding a star.
What is everybody's plan as the first meat creature comes prancing at you?
I just charge him and cut him in half.
Is everyone okay with Barbara doing that?
Yes.
Oh,
I
yes.
have my guns ready to protect Barbara.
I think I will move in position to get near Trampy and prepare one of my laser cannons.
So you have swordsmanship training, correct, Barbara?
Jack of all trades.
Let me see.
But
I'm
I
pretty
do
sure
know.
the answer is yes. But...
Yeah, I know you have jack of all trades, but I think you also have swords training.
I have martial artists. Yeah, sword training.
Okay, so the creature comes running at you, and you run towards it, and as you run, you extend out your robot arm, and the hand folds in. Which blade are you using, energy or physical?
I can't. I think I said I was pulling out both, but I can't remember if the metal one was also part of my arm.
They are both part of your arm, and you can't have both out.
Damn. I guess plasma.
You sear through its
Is
flesh.
there a difference?
Energy damage
Because-
versus physical.
Okay.
You smell the smell of singed flesh as you cut through the creature lengthwise from mouth to back end, and it falls like a heavy, wet sack of potatoes. And the tendrils immediately start to, on the ground, start to grab it and pull it down, pull it apart, getting ready to recycle its components. What does everybody else want to try and do during this round? Has, Trampy is trying to make the bomb.
Well, Hopper is also standing close by, quickly observing surroundings for any surprise around Trampy as he's trying to make bomb.
Maybe you guys could aim for the eyes.
Let's see here. So I'm rolling for the creature again, or the next round. So you all stand ready, and man, again, it did not roll good. You are going to need to get 3 successes across all of your attacks in order to hold back the second wave. So what is everybody gonna do?
Hopper is gonna fire a Gatling gun to one creature.
All right. What is everybody else gonna do?
Same as last time.
You're gonna run and try and do a slash. And Torian,
Yes.
what are you gonna do, Torian?
I think. Or. Torian, I think, is probably going to. I think Torian might want to try and jump tackle the nearest
Meat creature.
feature. Or, yeah,
All right.
and would it be possible to also use my electric aura in the same turn, or
What do you mean
Is
your
that-
electric aura? What ability is that? Hang on, let me look at your ability list. I don't know what you mean by electric aura.
oh, I guess electrical discharge.
The EMP blast.
Oh,
All right, was it an EMP blast or was it a electrical discharge? What did we give you?
I wrote.
I thought. Oh yeah.
I think I.
Okay, for
Electrical
for
discharge
some
doesn't
reason I read that as an
really
EMP when we were going over earlier, but yeah, no, I remember it was supposed to be a group
Oh.
shockwave attack. Yeah, I gave you stats as if you had an EMP blast. So hang on, the electrical I gave you the wrong stats for how electrical discharge would work. That's my bad. Your electrical discharge. Let me recorrect how that works. So it pulls from the same battery as your gun blast, right? Basically, you release your gun. All of the shots of your gun has a AOE grenade attack, essentially centered on yourself. So you know how you have 6 shots that do 4 damage each. You know.
Yes.
So if you use this, you fire off all 6 shots all at once. Has an explosion in your zone of combat. You know what I mean? An energy explosion. And I will say for a star point, you can do this without harming your allies.
This sounds. This does sound good. I think.
If you roll
I
good
think I
enough
wanna
with
stay-
this, you can kill all of the meat creatures, but then you would have to spend a minor action recharging your gun.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'll do that then. Activate the electrical discharge and use a star point to protect Barbara and Hopper and Trampy.
All right. What order are we doing that attack first? I'm guessing. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you have any skills that would benefit this.
Not
Realistically.
specifically, no. I guess
'Cause-
unless using technology counts as for like my own
Yeah,
stuff.
which I don't think it would. So it's just going to be a basic 5 dice
Fair
roll, but it's a very strong attack if it gets off. Hitting these creatures is a level 3 challenge. So if you get less than 3 successes, you don't harm any of them.
Ah,
But if you get at least 3, you are going to kill all of them single-handedly.
okay.
Any star points? I'm guessing no.
Yeah,
Or
I'll use a star point.
all right. Star points for extra dice. And yes, you want to do that.
Oh,
Separate
yes.
from the one you're spending to not hurt your friends.
Yep.
And you got 3 successes. So, as the creatures come running and everyone else is getting ready, you just run forward and fucking, let out the electrical burst and all of the creatures just pop around you.
Whoa.
Is Stampy okay?
Oh,
I modified the discharge to ensure Trampy's safety. And your guys' safety as well.
Wait, it's an electrical discharge.
An electrical discharge.
Does my arms still work?
yes, yeah, because they spent the star points to make sure you guys didn't get affected.
Oh, thank you.
And in the
Nice imp.
Going into the third and final round in which you have to defend him, there are 5 enemies that you have to hold back.
5 enemies remaining.
So 5 more creatures start to emerge and run across the catwalks at you guys.
Catwalk.
What does everybody try and do?
Slice the fuck out of them.
Hopper's gonna just fire Gatling gun.
And Torian, I'm guessing you're gonna recharge your ability and then try and use it again?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Minor action to recharge, major action to
Alright.
discharge.
Who am I rolling for first?
Barbara.
Oh, I thank you.
Alright, I'll roll Barbara's attack.
I will add 1 star.
Holy shit, that's a good roll. So, like I said, hitting them is a minimum 3 to hit one of them. And so, basically, every 3 successes you get is another enemy you take out with a single attack, in this case, with your swords. Which, you go running at them and you slash one of them in half, killing the creature. But there are still 4 left, so who am I rolling the attack of next?
Well, isn't Hopper the only one left?
No, this is another round of combat that we just went into, because Torian in the last round took out everything, and then the next round began and 5 more enemies spawned.
Okay.
So, everyone has full actions again. So Hopper or Torian, who are you rolling the attack of next?
Well, I thought.
Hopper.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hopper,
you
would
could-
you like to go first?
Yes.
Oh no, after you.
You have
'Cause my
training in
brain is-
firearms, right?
Yes. Because my brain is treating as Barbara slashes and Hopper begins to light up. In the midst of that, Torian is doing the minor action. So when it comes to his turn, and sorry,
Are you gonna spend
My
any
brain.
star points on the attack?
2.
2? Alright, for 2 extra
Yeah.
dice.
Yes, sir.
Da-da-dum. So you got 2 successes with 2 dice breaks,
How dare you?
meaning 0 successes.
How dare you?
And in your Gatling fire, you fire off 2 rounds, so at least you didn't waste a whole lot of charge. You shoot 2 rounds that shoot wide.
Alright.
And now Torian, for your attack, I'm rolling 5 dice. Do you want to spend any star points? You need at least
I
3
will-
successes.
I will. Yeah, I will spend, I think, 2 star points. 1 for dice, 1 for protection.
All right. You got 4 successes. So you want to again, like, you know, gather yourself and then fire off, let off the explosion attack again. Has the enemies charge in close, and you pop all of them again. This is the kind of situation that you're very well built for, is crowd control, it seems like. Whereas Barbara's really good. Barbara would be kicking ass against armored enemies with their swords all having armor piercing. Like, your attacks would... If an enemy has an energy shield, 90% of your attacks don't work on them. Torian. I say that 90%, that's an exaggeration. None of your laser attacks would work on enemies with shields. Which luckily these things don't have.
Nobody lays a fleshy tendril on my friends.
And then, has your buddy holds up the bomb they've made that is clicky-clacking in their hand and looks very unstable. And they're gonna run over to the edge of the catwalk, and then they turn and they look to you, Barbara, on the elevator, and they're like, oh, which they're telling you up, like telling you to ride the elevator up.
Not without you, Trampy. Just toss it in and let's mosey.
The moment he throws it in, it's gonna explode. Somebody needs to be here to put the bomb in.
Trampy!
Trampy gives a solemn look, and they're communicating. Trampy has no place in this galaxy.
Hopper,
We can set it on a timer.
You don't have time for that at all. He doesn't even have a timer.
If only we had just gotten a clock from the living quarters.
For 4 star points you can have.
I'll do it. For Stampy. For Stampy.
Because his name was Trampy, this now turned into Stampy.
Sorry, Trampy.
You will need to survive another round of you need to survive another round of onslaught in order to get the timer set up.
Don't even know Trampy's name. You bitch.
Here comes another round.
So yeah, are you sure you want to do it? It'll take another round of onslaught.
Yes.
Yes.
For Trampy.
For Trampy. I'm sorry if you're hearing this. This is me warming up my true Gatling gun.
I don't even hear whatever it is.
It's
I
me.
tossed him the alarm clock and say,
So,
have at it.
Lucky for you, the meat spotter rolled terribly, and only one more meat monster is running at you.
I did a thing that Kylo Ren does in Force Awakens, where I just like turn on and off my my plasma sword into its head, creating a singed hole in it.
Nice.
All right, let me roll the attack. You need at least 3 successes to harm it. And you got... Jesus. So you got a 10, which gave you a 10, which gave you a 10, which gave you a 6. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7 successes and 1 dice break. So you got a critical hit.
So Torian is the MVP for crowd control, while Barbara is the MVP for the dramaticness of for the human will is stronger than
Yes.
everything around.
The indomitable human spirit.
Yeah, I understand. If it weren't for Barbara, Trampy probably wouldn't even be here right now with us.
Yeah?
If it weren't for Trampy, we wouldn't be here. That's probably not
So,
true, but
I will
God
say,
damn it.
if you guys didn't have Trampy, this would have been a very long multi-wave boss fight. But because you befriended Trampy and got them on board, Trampy was able to create the bomb method. Because you
We
were
would
going
have
to be fighting a
never thought
creature
of
that with
that.
like basically infinite regeneration, and also, this enemy has genetic rewriting attacks.
Also,
This enemy could have
We-
touched you, Barbara, and rewrote in your DNA.
oh my god, he could have made me a brunette.
That gets you a star point.
Also, we would
What's
have.
that, Harper?
Sorry, no offense. No, you're beautiful. You're beautiful.
For a brunette.
I mean, I don't say that out loud.
Yeah, Trampy sets up the bomb, or the timer, and tosses the...
Consider this, guys. We would have had to have figured out on our own that we had to destroy the engine. And let's face it, that would have taken us a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have basically been
Yeah.
doing attack after attack after attack until you figured out that you weren't doing any significant damage to this thing, because it would have been able to heal faster than you could hurt it.
Yeah.
So Trampy like is like, go. I'm gonna tell y'all to go get on the elevator, and you all run on the elevator, and with your minor action, one of you activates the elevator, and it starts riding up. And this elevator is like a cargo lift elevator, able to go at super fast speeds. So you basically say like, bring us straight to the top floor, which makes it go as fast as it can. And then you know, as you're going, you feel like a shaky rumble sound. As hang on.
Trampy's with us, right?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
The ship shakes and reverberates with a bellowing.
I just realized we just put a bomb on the ship that we're on.
The engine. He's supposed to just destroy the engine. It's okay.
You just blew up the entire lower half of the ship.
We blew up. Not to worry, we're still flying half
And-
ship.
This sends the upper half of the ship repelling out at a high speed away from the star it's been orbiting.
We should have never called it the USS Darth Maul.
You all arrive back at the top. And as the elevator arrives, and you're all stood there with the Geno soldier. What the bloody hell did you all just do? And you see like red lights and alerts going off, and there's immediate panic.
Send out emergency signals.
I go over with my robotic arm and I shut off that damn alarm.
You don't know where you would go to turn the alarm off. Immediately a bunch of the guards are all running over and they're pointing guns at the Geno soldier with you. And some of the scientists are looking panicked, and somebody looks like, what did you all just do down there?
I step in front of Trampy with my metal sword out and I say, "Stop! He's my friend."
This is Trampy. He's been a big help. He is our ally. You will all put your guns down now.
They look at Torian and don't acknowledge what Torian said, and they're like, what did you two do down there?
Are you guys deaf? This being, he saved the ship. He saved
Why
all
are
of us.
all of the alarms going off? What
don't know.
did you
Shut it
two
off.
do?
We-
It looks to Barbara like, do we say? Do we say?
We did our job. We took out the monster.
Monster? What monster?
Okay. You should probably, like, unless this is setting out the emergency beacon for the company come pick everybody up. The Union. Remember the one engineer that fell into the engine?
One engineer. They're all like, there's been more than one.
Well, there was an engineer, probably with the fusion of all the other engineers, that became inbound with the shadow space within the engine and became a flesh monster. That's why you saw those flesh creatures attacking everybody.
Shadow touched.
Yes.
One of the scientists says.
Yes.
I've heard such a thing could occur, but I've never seen it.
It's quite terrifying. He had gained and had full control of the bottom axis, and the only way to fully eliminate him was unfortunately to blow up the engine.
Wait, you blew up the engine?
We had to. He was attached to it.
Did you at least gain back control of the security room? You did not. Technically.
Did we ever find the security room?
Yes, that's where you recruited Trampy.
Yeah. Right, so
I thought you said we did. We did secure it.
No,
we secured it for ourselves.
Yeah, you didn't give them back control of the security room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, them. Oh!
You never
Well-
reset the security like they asked.
Yes and no.
We need to... Well, we really need it now in order to send out the distress beacon.
Looks
know-
to Trampy. Can you help us one more time, please?
Trampy, like, squinting, like, oh. Trampy said, telling you, I want to kill them.
No, please,
know-
please.
So do we.
Now, my friend Trampy, and really, all of our friend Trampy, would love to shut down would love to reset the security thing for you. Except, the problem is that is the only guarantee that you won't wipe out and enslave his entire species. Now,
I'm sorry, are you... You do realize you're talking about our property right now.
I would like to walk up to whoever said that, grab him by the torso, and say, Rampy is our friend.
A bunch of the guards are pointing guns at you. Like, call your robot off! Call your robot off!
whoa. Hey, Torian, for now, call yourself off.
Useless scouts.
Orion activates.
You
They're
see the
calling off protocol.
Sorry. You see the manager has come out and he's gonna be like, worthless scouts. Get a security team down. The union is taken care of. Now we should have a clean path to take back the security system with any luck. We'll send some folks
really?
down the elevator.
Oh yeah, good luck with that. See how that works. I'm sure the tourists will welcome you.
Were you able?
Worried about the other
Were you able to
Geo
disarm the
soldiers?
security systems heading down there? What does yes and no mean?
It means that we can go down there, but you can't. At least not yet.
You're trying to hold our ship hostage against us.
It was not intentional.
This is more like blackmail, really.
And what, you want to keep the Geno soldier?
No. We want him.
I'm like, yeah,
What?
no.
Could we ask Trampy if he wants to continue traveling with us, or if he wants to do something else?
All in good time, Torian. First we
very well.
gotta get this off his back. There are sentient creatures down there who don't want to be treated like slaves or tortured or experimented on, and I think we can all relate to that, can't we?
The Geno soldiers. One of the scientists like, it's been quite the difficulty getting the brain balance right. Too stupid and they can't hold a gun. Too smart and they point the gun back at you. Clearly, we're still needing to work out the balance.
They're fine. They're acting like people. Yes, that may not be your intention, but this is what you created. And all they want is to not be associated or enslaved.
They aren't people. They're genetic amalgamations created to be utilized in combat.
You are also genetically modified by your parents' seeds, and you came up to be who you are.
Their
Are you a slave
DNA
to your
is
parents?
their DNA is less than 20% Homo sapien. They're more
And-
dolphin than they are person.
Dolphins are the smartest creatures on Earth.
And yet people make soup out of them.
Yes. stupid
Illegal.
people.
To put it simply, within the eyes of the trade union, he is not human. He is our property that we grew. And we are not negotiating this point.
Well, if you're not
Now you will go and
negotiating-
you will reset the security system of our ship so that we can call for reinforcements so that we don't all die floating in space. You need that safety beacon too.
But look at everyone else. No.
Get a team together. And throw these two assholes into the brig. And like guards are starting to surround you guys.
I ignite my sword.
As of this point, you are officially exiting the boundaries of negotiation within your contract within the Genomed Corporation. You were hired to ensure the safe return of our vessel. You have destroyed our engine and are attempting to steal company property. We cannot allow this.
We're not stealing.
Agree to our terms and we'll let you live.
What are your terms?
Let these guys go and you can have your security system back and your beacon. And you can all go home.
Unacceptable. Put your weapon away or we will be forced to open fire.
I can't.
Just put it back in its sheath, asshole. This is your last warning.
Oh, come on. Can't you do it for me? Can I roll for persuasion?
They're so mad at us, bro.
This is a scenario where you cannot persuade.
Oh.
You're asking them to release thousands of dollars of corporate assets into what? Empty space? Onto the next planet you land on? Even if you convince them, you have to also then convince the entire rescue team. This is a scenario where you can fundamentally not change their mind on what they want with this. The same way you wouldn't be able to convince the other guy not to spread his meat.
Crazy.
Oh, there's no way to convince that guy either?
What guy? Oh, the guy down
The guy
below?
who just murdered
The meat man.
Yeah, nah. Everybody on this ship has the mentality of, or both sides had the mentality of, we need to get control of the ship back. They all had their goals that they needed to achieve, and you could not talk them down from those goals. You could talk them into different paths of the goals. And in this case, these Geno men are not humans, they are property. And there's too many cogs going on for them to simply let them go. And at this point, you are proven to be, like, they're still all fucking thrown off by the fact that you just blew up the engine of the ship. You know?
Boy, wait till they see what happens next.
No, what are you doing? What are you gonna do? Hopper's already like having like a headache. And they don't even have a freaking brain.
So what is the plan?
I have no clue by this point. Hopper's just torn and upset. Like, she only really prays her father was here to freaking just end this stupidity they're spewing.
Ah,
I'm not. I'm
yeah.
not.
Put,
I'm not going in without a fight.
yeah. Put the
And I'm not let.
put your blade away and let us take you or take you off so that we can send a team down to reclaim the security system like you were supposed to do. You have until the count of 3. 1, 2.
I used that. I used those 3 seconds to lunge at the nearest armed man.
All right, I'm gonna make an attack check for you. Hang on. Has a quick bit of context of you know, how surrounded you all are. Oops.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, I should actually contextualize that.
Because I might have. I'm sure I made a huge mistake, but I.
We have guards and scientists up here.
Which is why I figured I could take them.
With all due respect, I feel like these scientists have also made a huge mistake with this experiment, and they're now taking it out on us.
Which is their biggest mistake of all.
From their perspective, you just blew up the engine as you're rolling up and are demanding that you give them your they give you their genome army. That's what you're dealing with in terms of surrounding.
Are these people all armed?
Yep, that is all the armed guards. I'm not marking up the scientists.
Oh, fuck. Could this be the end of Barbara, the barbarian? Probably.
Oh no. Father, I cannot deal with this. This is too much. How come you're the only person that's sensible while everyone else seems so stupid? She's speaking in scientific terms, not her allies.
I'm drawing up zones of combat. So are you going to attack a guard?
Barbara really wants to, guys. What do you think?
I feel like the moment you do that, Trappy's gonna fucking fight because he's literally listening to you more than us right now. You gotta
This is
remember
why
that.
I really wish we woke the other ones up too.
Unfortunately, the engineer that could have done it did not want to.
Maybe they're bluffing and they're all out of ammo.
I personally think we should fight for as long as we can, and if we appear to be in an unwinnable scenario, we should try to escape.
Well, a wise man once said,
Put your
I don't
blade
believe
away. In 3, 2. Do you attack?
yes.
Or put your blade away? Okay. Sorry, what was it you're gonna say that I cut you off with?
I said, a wise man once said, I don't believe in a no-win scenario.
To land an attack on one of these guards is gonna be a level 3 challenge.
Right. Can you zoom out so I can see how many stars I have?
4.
That's not a whole lot. Man, if Trampy did sacrifice himself, we probably wouldn't be in this mess, but actually, yes, we would. Yeah, I'll just roll normally for the first one.
You got 3 successes and 1 dice break, which brings you down to 2 successes, which is not enough to hit the guy.
God damn it.
Do you want to spend a star point so you can kill him?
What happens with does he just fucking shoot me or something if I don't?
Yes, they are all going to start unloading on you guys.
Alright.
Keep in mind you all have energy shields and armor.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I will spend. Although did I get an extra one for swordsmanship?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll spend.
There are
star.
16 of them. All of them are wielding a gun that has 4 strength, so... hang on. The way that this would happen is I would roll 16 d10s, multiply that by 4, and evenly distribute that damage across all party members, including your genome buddy.
So how many shots would it take for us to die?
Well, you're all wearing some pretty fucking beefy armor and have force fields.
Cool.
So, you're gonna try and run over and attack, and I didn't roll good. I should have figured out what everyone was doing before I had you roll. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you try and attack them, they are all going to try and light you up. What does everybody else want to do?
We're just trying to protect Trampy.
So just like defensive block action?
Yeah.
Alright. Trampy's currently unarmed.
Yeah, Hopper is literally gonna use herself as a human shield.
Yeah, just, he didn't have a weapon.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What is Torian gonna do?
Would Torian use their tongue to grapple one of the soldiers' guns and give it to Trampy?
Yeah,
That's
if
a
you're gonna
good
attempt
idea.
that. What am I rolling for next? The grapple or the defense roll?
What do you mean? Oh, for Torian?
Yeah, Hopper's defense roll or Torian's grapple? I guess I should... What do you guys want me to roll first?
I say Torian's grapple.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to grapple the gun, and then afterwards to just kind of get myself ready to also bodily meat shield Trampy.
Those are both major actions. You have to pick one.
Darn it. Okay, grapple it is, or grapple the gun it is.
All right. You don't... do you have martial arts training?
I don't believe I do. No.
So you got 3 successes with 2 dice breaks. So for 2 star points, you can pass on the taking of the weapon. Otherwise, you don't take it.
Oh. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I was gonna ask, instead of trying to stab the guy, I was wondering if I could, like, get behind him and use him as, like, a meat shield.
Yeah, I'll allow the same role you did to be transformed to be that instead.
Which is probably still not probably high enough.
Alright, now let me do Hopper's defense check.
Yeah. Meh.
Okay.
We did that one picture of Hopper I drew her arms out. That's what she's doing.
You stop.
So, as the enemies unload on all of you, Hopper bringing up their laser blades and shit is effortlessly deflecting away plasma blasts like a fucking badass. Meanwhile, you two each take 81 damage. But don't worry, Torian. That is actually gonna be slightly less for you because of all your because you have a force field. But hang on. Let's see here. 4, 7, 10. Oops, wrong layer. 4, 7, 10. 19. 28. 28. 29. 29 plus 9 is 39?
38.
38. 38. Jesus. 38. 38 minus 9 or plus 9, I mean. Or hang on.
47.
Or hang on. 38
Plus 9 is
39
47.
40. Hang on. I could do it like this instead. 40 3 4 5 45 1 2 3 4 5 50 1 2 3 4 5 55 1 2 3 4 5 60 1 2 3 4 5 70 1 2 3 4 5 80 1. Oh, wait a second.
I don't understand your math at all.
You took 81 damage. But I just realized I forgot something. The armor can only block up to 5 damage at a time. So I gotta look at the actual individual rolls of each enemy. Give me a second.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, hang on.
Yep.
It's a 4, so that one, all the damage gets blocked. Then a 6, 1, 2, 3, or...
You know, instead of
5 and a heart.
instead of Trampy dying for me, I'll be dying for Trampy.
Right now, Hopper's protecting
1,
Trampy because
2.
he's unarmed.
If
That was an
Barbara
8, so that's 5,
actually dies, I will play the rest of this as Trampy.
6,
Oh my goodness.
7, 8.
I'll be completely unintelligible for the rest of the campaign.
Oh,
6,
oh,
7.
oh! Don't worry, Tristan. Champion and Torian will. Torian will make an effort to take Trampy lessons with Trampy.
To teach him English.
The-
Or comment
Teach
or whatever.
Trampy English or learn Trampy's dialect.
Sorry, it's a lot of damage to calculate.
Thank you for taking care of me ever since Barbara died, Torian. Torian!
So, you just took 1 injury point.
Oh, that was all from one turn.
I'm not even done.
Oh no.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The stream is
So-
confusing me of how much health is being removed.
I should be clear about, the fact that, like, you know, a lot of the enemies were on your level. Not these guys.
Are these guys above our level?
Yes. You're also taking on like 16 fully armed soldiers. So that's what you come out of this first attack looking like, Barbara. You have like bullet holes in your body, your armor chewed up, and you are like injured. You think you might have a missing rib section.
And I chipped a nail.
Meanwhile, Torian, your shield loses some charge, and then, let's see here. 5. And one of your pieces of self-repairing armor. And then, oops. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you know, what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shot that does 4. Shot that
Okay,
does
take a step out for
4.
a couple minutes.
Okay.
Be back.
Shot that does 2 damage. Shot that does 3 damage. Shot that does 5 plus 1 up there and 5 plus 1 up there. So take out those and then 2 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Aren't we still like right next to the elevator?
Yes, you're on the elevator.
Why would I be so stupid?
And that's how Torian comes out looking. All of their self-repairing armor blown to fucking shreds. You can spend star points to directly absorb some of the damage, so you can get back 4 health for all 4 of your star points if you want. For what it's worth. But yes, that is the aftermath of round 1 of combat.
Okay, right now,
Another run
Jade
begins. That
is in the
recharges.
bathroom.
So,
Jade,
what are you all
Jade is
thinking
in-
as your plan?
Jade is in bathroom.
Yeah. But all of you can at
What?
least start, you two can start at least discussing what you're thinking.
I think we should go back down to the science lab. Because I thought these guys were gonna be as easy as the other guys.
No, yeah, you were fighting, like, not well-armored goon-class enemies. Honestly, these guys are just as hard as the Geno soldiers were. The difference was the Geno soldiers you were fighting in handfuls at a time at very close range and close quarters with melee attacks that skip their armor. These guys, you're fighting 16 of them all at once.
I feel like I just stood still and let them shoot me. That's about as useful as my turn was.
You ran at one getting ready to slash at him, but then they all started lighting you up.
Alright, well, since it looks like I'm still technically in the same spot.
Yeah, generically, yes, you're still on the elevator.
I say we just cut our losses and hit down on the button and regroup someplace where we'll have turret defenses and
Security room.
other genome
Mhm.
soldiers
This
to wake up.
This... The company's gonna think we formed a union right now.
So are we all in agreement that you're all gonna hit the elevator to go down?
I want to wait for Jade.
All right.
Their opinion.
Oh, I'm back, and
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, there's the aftermath of the damage you all took, by the way.
Well,
Yeah.
like you got off pretty well.
Your internal self-repairing armor got fucked up. You got dinged a little bit, but not injured yet. Your armor got chewed through massively. Meanwhile, Barbara has a severe injury and horribly chewed through armor.
Yeah, it sounds like we should get out of this room.
So you're gonna
And
hit
get
the
away from
elevator
this.
to go down?
Yeah.
Hit the elevator to go down. Yes.
And so I will say we're gonna call the end of session there, but I will extend a quick offer. We're gonna end session, but I will say you all have enough star points cumulatively that you can choose to have not attacked your employers. Or, and then we can keep going through session and wrap up this mission. Or, we can stick with what you've done and you can try and stick with your plan of a genome revolution and we will end session here and explore that next time, because I would need to take a moment and plan that.
I like a genome revolution idea.
No, we're not starting another union.
You don't like that idea?
I don't know. It's just like, I'm like, my brain is like, we're gonna start a union. That's literally what's happening. We're starting a union.
Well, it's different.
We're literally...
I like to think of it as going independent as opposed to starting a cult.
Yeah. I think we could form a better union than Fleshy Craig back there.
Fleshy Craig! Oh, I like that.
My brain was gonna say, if I just dump all my star points to change what I said, that the engineers blew up the engine in order to try to kill us.
If
'Cause
ever
I think part of it is that
you can
the fact
all
I
spend
said
your
that we
star
blew it up.
You all can spend your star points to backtrack and change how you did this interaction, but it will take the entire group's collective star points,
Oh.
and the whole group has to agree to it. Or, if you'd all prefer, we can end session here, and I'll plan for Geno Revolution.
Do you really not like this, Noodle?
It's not that I don't like it. I'm just like, my character just feels bad, and then it's just like, oh no. Oh no, this is gonna make our lives so much harder. Because now it's gonna be everywhere, like a target on us, if word gets out. Like, essentially, like, oh, this 3 scouts, 2 scouts, because they don't count Torian as a freaking teammate at all, which I feel horrible for. Like, they formed a union, don't hire them, and so it makes getting jobs harder for everybody. Hopper's
That
all
is-
about, like, want to make sure, like, the Geno soldiers do have their freedom, but it's like, you have a target on your head, or you at least could still work.
I think we'll be able to find jobs somehow. It just won't. It'll just be like we will be on the run, and they won't be
What
very
ship?
high-paying jobs. And
What
we
ship?
basically will be criminals.
What ship? What ship? We don't have a ship.
This one.
This ship
That's-
doesn't have an engine.
And the one we came in is literally meant to just be useless
Yeah,
in
it
space.
bricked itself as soon as it landed.
We can use the we can use the beacon to sound the all clear signal, and then just take the ships of whoever's gonna rescue us.
That's viable, theoretically.
Hopper does not expect her Grim.
You're gonna have a team of over 100 Geno soldiers if you
This
if
is-
you can make them up.
This is what happens when when you go into business with Barbara the Barbarian. She's a fucking barbarian.
Hopper likes Barbara. Harper. I can't say her. I'm saying her human name. Fuck. Hopper. Yeah, her human name is Harper, and that's a story for another day.
Oh.
Hopper is trying to find her father. That's the main objective since the beginning. The part of it is also trying to reunite with her old friends.
I do agree that this decision should be unanimous. But I personally think this will lead to like more like story like this will lead us down like more like storytelling possibilities and even maybe some character conflict that we could introduce.
And I
Like
can do the
maybe-
narrative. I can expand the narrative down
Sure.
either path you all take. But I will say they will be drastically different narratives.
Oof.
And I just, I love fucking I love
I
just
too love
completely
fucking.
upturning I love upturning DM's plans.
I think Torian is very torn between wanting to get somewhere safe and survive versus wanting to revolt and free the genome soldiers and get them somewhere where they're not treated like objects or property. Especially, I think Torian saw a lot of like a lot of similarity between the way that scientists treated them and how they treated Trampy.
Yeah, basically they don't acknowledge Torian. They just find him as a servant of us, which Hopper doesn't like because no one knows besides you two that she's a freaking android, a very illegal android.
Yeah, I will say I feel like this mission has made Torian the most angry that they've ever been so far.
Again,
Because of these dipsticks and the way they treat people who aren't them.
well, if you guys have a preference, which road would you rather go down? I've already given you which road I'd rather go down. Well, basically because this is all my fault anyways. But I will not force you guys or begrudge you of deciding you don't want to... if you decide that I'm writing us into a corner.
So, like, if you accomplish your job, you stay where you were. You remain as adventuring mercenary scouts, going job to job, helping the corporations. If you do this, you are painting a target on your backs and are basically becoming space pirates.
I already had a taste of that, of some form of far memory. Maybe it was just a nightmare. It's not fun being considered a space pirate.
Reference to old campaign.
Maybe
Yes.
my new name could be Tasha Yar.
Although I will say I have since fleshed out the world to be more space pirate friendly than it used to be.
God
For-
damn it! I
For,
wish
just, you know, doodle.
I wish you were a Star Trek fan, Brian, because that joke would have killed.
Listen.
That would have given me a star.
I love Luke Skywalker and his little buddy Kermit the Frog.
I mean, me too, but that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Star Trek.
You know, if
You know,
Disney
the
liked
Force.
if Disney liked doing fun things, we would have gotten a Kermit the Frog and Luke Skywalker crossover.
Oh
by
my
now.
god! Don't get Brian
Hey,
started
yo,
on that.
Yes, we talk about this a lot. There should be Disney's misusing the Muppets, and we need a Muppet Star Wars, where all of the human characters are played by
Yes.
Muppets and all of the Muppets are played by humans. And Mark Hamill should play Yoda.
And George Lucas should play Jabba the Hutt. And we all unanimously agreed that Fozzie would be Chewbacca and he would be called Chewbacca.
Kermit
And-
the Frog would be Han Solo.
Actually, there was a point of contention because you thought Kermit should be
Yeah.
Luke.
But then I
and
realized they
Gonzo
need to
should be-
romance Miss Piggy Leia, so they gotta be
Yes.
Han.
But then one of our mutual friends came up with this point. Gonzo should be Han Solo. That way he could be called Gonzolo.
But I disagree. I think
And that just fucked everything up.
I
for
think
me.
Gonzo should be Darth Vader. Gonzo should be
Yeah.
Darth Vader so that all of the stormtroopers can be Gonzo's rat friend.
Oh, I think Sam the Eagle should be Darth Vader personally, but
I think Sam the Eagle should just play like a. I don't think he's a significant enough Muppet to be worthy of being Darth Vader. No offense to
Yeah.
Sam the Eagle.
maybe you're
The
right.
hecklers has a pair Palpatine.
Yes. Yes.
Emperor Palp and Emperor Teen.
I don't know who the Swedish chef will be, but he's gotta be in there somewhere.
Oh, Luke! It looks like you had a little bit of trouble there. Can I lend you a hand? Oh!
That's good. That's very good. But seriously, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Pirates or are we hitting the Omega 13 and going back and reloading last save checkpoint?
Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's almost as much as a store for as this opera rat. Oh!
Okay, I think I'll be fully transparent. Out of character, I am perfectly content with either one. But
do you have a preference?
I kind of would love to see what the space pirate life is like. But I also feel like it does sound like you have like you don't want to do space piracy. And
I
if
just
that is
feel like it's too early for space piracy because we have nothing.
that's fair. So yeah. Okay, so it sounds like with space so it sounds like reset for now and then keep space piracy or revolt of some sorts in the back pocket for later when we are more equipped to do that.
Like I understand like how it is right now is very difficult. That's what it's like right now is a weird line of like help the Geno soldiers because we literally befriended them. They are essentially our allies, yet we have to give up on that fact that this is a company that sees them as nothing more as property, like how they already see Torian as our property, even though we see him like a sentient person and our friend. This is the racism that's in Shadow Space, and Hopper knows it very well, but always stays quiet, unfortunately.
So are we undoing?
Yes, but I should tell you right now, you gotta do something about Barbara because she's gotten attached to Trampy.
So we are going to return to the moment.
Just imagine we retcon it and then we just end up doing the same exact thing, except with more help, hopefully.
So
Oh my gosh.
we return to the
I just-
moment at which your elevator hit the top, and they were like, "What was that? What was that explosion? What happened?"
I just had a vision. I hit the down. No, I
Oh.
won't do that.
Like, hold on, let's go back down. Like,
You know, the visceral image in my head, it sounded like you said I hit the dab instead of hit the down, and then my brain envisioned like the elevator comes up and they're all like, "What happened?" And Barbara's dabbing, Hopper's hitting the gritty. Fucking
These nuts.
Torian's T-posing, Tramp is flossing.
No, the elevator comes up and we're doing like the Gangnam style like hip thrust with like one of us like underneath the other's legs.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, they're all like panicking, like, what happened?
The engineers, they blew up the engine as we're trying to fix the situation at hand. They freaking blew it up.
Imagine Barbara went to say something and then you covered their mouth and said that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's probably about right.
The engine blew up. Fuck. Did you get the security system rebooted?
Got a bit sidetracked and because we didn't know how. We're hoping to find an engineer to help us, but unfortunately they were not agreeable.
Now we really need that reboot. We need to be able to send out the safety signal. Get
We
down
already
there.
did a reboot.
What?
I mean,
That's a star point.
yay!
You all need to get down there now and get the system reset so we can call for backup.
Yeah. Okay.
Hit the down
Just-
button. Hit the
Yeah,
gritty.
it's just like Hopper's like, I'm very surprised they didn't notice Trappy at all.
They noticed, they just didn't comment.
It's
Real
'cause we're
quick,
both so gorgeous.
would you rather be able
Yeah.
to? Would you rather have the power to fly at a rate of 1 mile per hour, but you have to be flossing the whole time, or
No.
run at super speed, but you must gritty?
I don't know
I don't-
what gritty means.
I
So
can't
you can
dance.
gritty at 60 miles per hour.
I cannot dance.
Y'all are fucking boomers.
I am
Doesn't
not
know
a
what
boomer.
Doesn't know what the gritty is.
I said I cannot dance.
Oh no, I'm talking about Tristan. Tristan's the boomer who can't gritty. Anyway.
I'm willing to learn a dance to attain 60 mile per hour movement speed.
My dog Cannonball loves the gritty. If you do the gritty in front of him, he starts jumping up and down excitedly and losing his mind. It's the funniest
Oh.
shit.
That is
Matil-
really adorable.
And if you do the gritty in front of our other dog Matilda, she'll try and climb on top of you. She's just like, what's happening? She gets concerned.
That's really
Also,
weird.
the other day we gave Cannonball a boiled egg, and he like took it gently in his mouth, walked over to another part of the room, put it down on the floor, and started dancing excitedly in front of the egg before eating it.
Oh.
Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, you all take the elevator down, and so
Yes.
it will be relatively easy for you to reset the security system because all you have to do is walk in, and your buddies won't stop you. But that being said, as you go down, he's wondering what you're gonna do now. Your genome buddy.
Nope. Well, that didn't turn out how I wanted. Well. Maybe we should, I don't know, fuck, there's nothing I can do without, I guess, check on your bud. Bud.
So, y'all head into the security room. Do you reset the security system and send out the backup call?
Oh, shit. Sorry, what do you guys think?
That's the only thing left to do. But I don't know that's gonna happen to them. Hopefully-
I ask, what do you want? Fucking
Trampy?
Trampy.
Kill
yeah.
scientists.
Okay.
Uh,
Technically, there's nothing stopping you from putting out the all clear signal and now letting what happens with the Geno soldiers happen.
True, but at this point, Barbara still thinks that they can come to an agreement.
So you could save that negotiation for when the higher ups show up.
Okay.
So are you guys gonna send out the call for backup?
Yeah.
yeah.
Emergency
Alright.
beacon backup required.
You send out that message, and it wouldn't take very long before a fleet of vessels start showing up and sending boarding parties.
Without explaining anything, I would like to give Champy a big hug
Oh.
while holding back tears in my eyes, even though I biologically Torian cannot cry.
Oh.
He does have little windshield wipers on his eyes, though, just in case.
But we will wrap session there, and next time we will start off with negotiations of payment and Geno soldier rights.
I'm not that optimistic about our chances.
This has been one hell of an episode of Shadow Space.
I still think we missed a big opportunity, but
You can always, you can always go after that booty later. So
I'm sorry.
we finally got to touch on the Lovecraftian entities that are hiding in the background of Shadow Space.
Yeah.
The Lovecraftian elements.
So there's stuff in the things in the engines that make them go faster. There's
So,
terrors.
the way that the Shadow drives and most Shadow technology works is they're powered by dark matter. Which dark matter, when it's energized into dark plasma, can tear things apart on a molecular level. That's how your plasma sword works. And if you fall directly into an engine, that's what happens to you. More or less, all of these, the ship engines are just a portal to Shadow Space that's being held open. Because Shadow Space produces this energy that can be turned into raw plasma.
Is Shadow Space like the things that, is the material inside like wormholes?
Shadow Space is a dimension of pure dark matter. Dark matter being the purpley plasma-y energy. Remember when you did your jump to get to this station?
Is dark matter different from antimatter?
Yes. Antimatter is the opposite of matter, and when it comes into contact with matter, it reacts in explosive volatile matter. Dark matter is, in real life, an unaccounted for matter in space that we know exists but have never seen.
So we can just do whatever the fuck we want with it. In
Dark matter is why space is expanding. So, in the context of Shadow Space, dark matter is a material that affects space-time. And there's two primary uses, but there's many, many more that will be shown off that are worth noting here. One is the Shadow Drive, which is what propels most ships. A Shadow Drive opens a tiny wormhole to an alternate reality filled with dark matter. And it utilizes that tiny wormhole to power the ship. And it also utilizes the spatial bending capabilities of dark matter to propel a ship through space, not through a rocket engine, but by changing gravity to make you fall through space. The ships aren't flying through space, every single spaceship is falling through space, using dark matter. The other big thing that the jump drive can do is it can widen the portal that exists within the engine to let the ship fly through it into shadow space. And in shadow space, a couple of hours of travel equates to traveling light years of distance in normal space. Make sense?
I
Yeah.
think so.
But the problem is, shadow space, or dark matter naturally takes on a plasmidic form that is violently reactive to other matter that hasn't been treated properly, particularly biological matter. So actually robots can walk around shadow space pretty fine so long as they have proper energy shielding. But like, biological matter reacts violently with it, getting ripped apart on a molecular scale. But a thing that there is whispers of throughout the galaxy is the shadow touched. Every 1 in a million people who are exposed to dark matter, to shadow matter, don't die, but have some sort of psychic awakening. And almost universally, these people go mad, claiming to have heard the whispers of higher entities guiding them. And yeah, you met a shadow touch today. Yeah. Hello?
Cool.
Okay. Everyone was so quiet. I was like, did Discord mess up? Yeah. I hope everybody I think we're gonna start wrapping episode there. So I hope everybody on YouTube has enjoyed this episode of Shadow Space. Be sure to come back the week after next for more. And next week we'll be having the Fallout tabletop campaign instead, which has been very fun.
All I'm thinking about is we've created an alternate timeline.
Yes. Is there anything any of you want to plug?
I already made that joke. Nah. I'm good.
No one has anything they want to plug, social media wise.
Should we? I mean, I reckon we should probably plug the hole in space time that we have torn by rebooting.
Oh, that's good. If we were still planning you to get a star point. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up episode because I'm gonna have to go and plug my butthole in a moment.
Yeah, that was the joke I was going to make.
And Cars will be appearing in just a moment. Love all you very, very much, and oh yeah, one more thing. Keep in mind that I've decided. You guys don't know this, but YouTube people already know this. After every episode of Shadow Space will be a short video of After Shadow Space where I elaborate a bit more on the lore implications of each episode. Love all you very, very much, and ta-ta for now!
Shadow Space. Fuck off.